thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. And I'd like to start by saying that our country is doing very well. Things are, as you can see, doing quite well. Please sit down. Before we begin, I just want to announce that I signed a proclamation a few moments ago honoring the 250th anniversary of Patrick Henry's famous speech to the Second Virginia Convention, in which he declared very well-known, very famous words, "Give me liberty or give me death." Has anyone heard the phrase? I think most of you have. And moments ago, I also signed an executive order to dramatically increase production of critical minerals and rare earths. It's a big thing in this country, and as you know, we're also signing agreements in various locations to unlock rare earths and minerals and lots of other things all over the world, but in particular Ukraine. We're doing very well with regard to Ukraine and Russia, and one of the things we are doing is signing a deal very shortly with respect to rare earths with Ukraine, which they have tremendous value in rare earth, and we appreciate that. And we spoke yesterday with, as you know, President Putin and President Zelensky, and we would love to see that come to an end, and I think we're doing pretty well in that regard. So hopefully we can save thousands of people a week from dying. That's what it's all about. They're dying so unnecessarily, and I believe we'll get it done. We'll see what happens, but I believe we'll get it done. Today we take a very historic action that was 45 years in the making. In a few moments, I will sign an executive order to begin eliminating the Federal Department of Education once and for all. And it sounds strange, doesn't it? Department of Education, we're going to eliminate it, and everybody knows it's right. And the Democrats know it's right, and I hope they're going to be voting for it, because ultimately it may come before them, but everybody knows it's right, and we have to get our children educated. We're not doing well with the world of education in this country, and we haven't for a long time. And we're pleased to be joined today by the woman who I chose because she's an extraordinary person, and hopefully she will be our last Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon. Linda, thank you. Thank you very much. That's another interesting statement. It's an interesting opening, right? But it's true, and it's been amazing how popular this has been. I tell people that this is what I'm doing today, and they say, oh, it's about time. Everybody says it. Republicans and Democrats have said it. They're all saying it. Also with us are some terrific people. Governors Greg Abbott. Greg, thank you very much. Governor Ron DeSantis, thank you very much, Ron. Mike Braun, congratulations on your victory, Mike. That was a big one. Mike DeWine, thank you very much, Mike. Jeff Landry. Jeff, thank you very much, Jeff. Bill Lee, thank you. Governors, all governors. Brad Little. Brad, thank you very much. Where are you, Brad? Hi, Brad. Jim Pilan, thank you very much, Jim. And Kim Reynolds. These are all people very interested in education. And I even see Dan Patrick over there, my friend Dan Patrick. We're joined also by Representatives Tim Walberg and Virginia Fox, Rick Allen, Michael Rulli, and again, Dan Patrick. Thank you very much, Dan. You've been a great friend of ours. And State Attorneys General Ken Paxton. Ken, I see you there. Andrew Bailey. Andrew, what a job you've done, Andrew. You have some good cases going. You've done a great job. Thank you very much. and co-founder of Moms for Liberty, Tiffany Justice. She's been a hard worker. Thank you. Thank you, Tiffany. When President Carter created the Federal Education Department in 1979, it was opposed by members of his own cabinet, as well as the American Federation of Teachers, the New York Times editorial board, and the famed Democrat Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan. History has proven them right, absolutely right. After 45 years, the United States spends more money on education by far than any other country, and spends likewise by far more money per pupil than any country, and it's not even close. But yet we rank near the bottom of the list in terms of success. It's an amazing stat. Those are two stats you don't want: the most money spent per pupil, and you're at the bottom of the list. And that's where we are, like it or not, and we've been there for a long time. 70% of 8th graders are not proficient in either reading or in math. 70%. 40% of 4th graders lack even basic reading skills, can't read. Students in our public elementary and middle schools score worse in reading today than when the department opened, by a lot. In Baltimore, 40% of the high schools have 0 students who can do basic mathematics. Not even the very simplest of mathematics. I said, give me your definition of basic, and they're talking about like adding a few numbers together. Despite these breathtaking failures, the department's discretionary budget has exploded by 600% in a very short period of time, and employs bureaucrats in buildings all over Washington, D.C. And as a former real estate person, I will tell you, I ride through the streets of Washington and it says Department of Education, Department of Education. I said, how do you fill those buildings? It's crazy what's happened over the years. I'm pleased to report that after offering these federal employees 2 generous buyout options, and they were very generous, and they're good people, but they were very generous. My administration has initiated a reduction in force, and we're already cutting numbers that were really surprising to a lot, that we were able to do it so successfully. And we've cut the number of bureaucrats in half. 50% have taken office, which is great. Thank you. Under the action I'm taking today, a small handful of Democrats and others that we have employed for a long time, and there are some Republicans, but not too many, I have to be honest with you. But the department's useful functions, and such as, and they're in charge of them: Pell Grants, Title I funding, resources for children with disabilities and special needs will be preserved, fully preserved. They're all going to be so. If you look at the Pell Grants, it's supposed to be a very good program. Title I funding and resources for children with special disabilities and special needs, they're going to be preserved in full and redistributed to various other agencies and departments that will take very good care of them. And that's very important to Linda, I know, and it's very important to all of us. But beyond these core necessities, my administration will take all lawful steps to shut down the department. We're going to shut it down, and shut it down as quickly as possible. It's doing us no good. We want to return our students to the states, where just some of the governors here are so happy about this. They want education to come back to them, to come back to the states, and they're going to do a phenomenal job. You know, if you look, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, I have to tell you, I give them a lot of credit. China's top 10. And so we can't now say that bigness is making it impossible to educate, because China is very big. But you have countries that do a very good job in education. And I really believe, like some of the governors here today, from states that run very, very well, including a big state like Texas, but states that run very well are going to have education that will be as good as Norway, Denmark, Sweden, and those top, Finland, those top countries that do so well with education. I think they'll do every bit as well. And what do you think about that, Governor? Do you agree? Huh? I think so. Ron, do you agree? I think so. Florida? Iowa? That's right. I really believe that. They'll be as good as any of them. And then you'll have some laggards, and we'll work with them. and we can all tell you who the laggards will be right now probably, but let's not get into that. But we'll work with them, and we're going to make them, they'll do a job. I think they'll do a job, and they'll go to sections of the state. For instance, New York, you'll have a Manhattan, and you'll have a Suffolk County, and you'll have Nassau County, and you'll have Westchester County. You'll do 4 or 5 or 6 of them. You have upstate New York, and those counties, I think, are going to do very well. And I think ultimately Manhattan should do very well. But we'll break it down into sections, and I think it'll be really, really good. And they're going to be probably the tougher ones, but I think they have a chance to do really well. But we're going to be returning education very simply back to the states where it belongs, and this is a very popular thing to do, but much more importantly, it's a common sense thing to do, and it's going to work. Absolutely, it's going to work. And I can tell you from dealing with the governors and others in the state, they want it so badly. They want to take their children back and really teach their children individually. Probably the cost will be half, and the education will be maybe many, many times better. So we look forward to this. I want to just make one little personal statement. Teachers, to me, are among the most important people in this country, and we're going to take care of our teachers. And I don't care if they're in the union or not in the union. That doesn't matter. But we're going to take care of our teachers, and I believe the states will take actually better care of them than they are taken care of right now. They'll work all sorts of systems and even merit systems. Those great teachers are going to be maybe a little bit better rewarded, or maybe that's the way it should be, but the states are going to make that decision. But we're going to love and cherish our teachers along with our children, and they're going to work with the parents, and they're going to work with everybody else, and it's going to be an amazing thing to watch, and it's really going to be something special. And Linda, you're presiding over something that's so important, and you're going to do a fantastic job, just like you have your whole life. I know your whole life I've been watching you. I've been watching you for a long time. She's had nothing but success. So it's tremendous to have you, and hopefully you won't be there too long, but we're going to find something else for you, Linda, okay? So this will conclude what we are talking about with respect to our most cherished group of people, and that's our children. We want to have our children well educated. We want them to love going to school. We have examples of it. Look at those beautiful, bright-eyed faces. They are so smart. They're so smart. And with that, I'm going to come down, and we're going to sign a very important document, and we're going to be on our way. People have wanted to do this for many, many years, for many, many decades. And I don't know, no president ever got around to doing it, but I'm getting around to doing it, so thank you very much.
Yeah, one little boy was digging in his nose, right there, in front of everybody.
It was very lucky. I signed another document that turned out to be very good for the country, and I said, let's use that same pen. I don't know, is anybody superstitious? Ron, are you superstitious?
It looks like all the kids got presidential pens. Apparently, this is not a tutorial on how to use an auto pen.
Can you come up just to say? Very important, big factor here. Good luck. Good luck.
President Trump there, obviously signing an executive order to do away with the Department of Education. Now, he kept referencing that it might go before Congress. Right Side Broadcasting was saying the same thing before he came out on stage, so I don't think it's all over yet, but either way, a step in the right direction. We're going to go through the schedule really quick, and then we'll go ahead and get everything started. First off, we will be starting with Robo-dog learns and adapts like humans, AI startup says. Now, this is not the same Robo-dog that we saw yesterday delivering the mail. This one is like a emotional support robot or something like that, but it's a baby. It doesn't know anything, and so it's going to be learning, and they're talking about how using this technology may help us figure out how to sustain life on Mars. Now, I don't know if they're trying to play towards Elon's feelings or what, but some robo stuff coming up. Then we got video titled Viral Drone Show in Florida Honors President Trump, which looks really neat. Then we got video titled Illinois Could Make It Legal to Attack Law Enforcement. That's a little bit of an abrasive title there. They're trying to say that they're going to pass a bill, or they're trying to pass a bill saying if you have some form of mental illness and you are in the middle of a crisis and an officer may or may not get assaulted, then you might be excused for it. Of course, it's in Illinois, so I don't know if they're just trying to help out Chicago or what. Then we got a video titled Vandalism on Tesla Cars and Dealerships Increase as Doge Cuts Continue. Just following up with the terrorism going on against Tesla. Then we got a video titled Minnesota Senator Justin, Acorn, arrested for soliciting a minor. Unfortunately, he is a Republican, but all bastards should be held accountable. And it looks like he's going to be. Then we got a very interesting video titled Senator Chuck Schumer admits that he is sending Democrat activists into Republican districts to protest and threaten Republicans. That's nice. During the election time, I was talking about how I kept running into people saying they didn't want to vote for Trump because BLM might start rioting again. Like, oh, so you're not gonna vote accordingly because you're afraid? That's really shitty. So now I guess Chuck Schumer is gonna prove him right. And then we got a video titled Crowd Cheers as Boston Mayor Expresses Support for Violent Criminal Aliens. I believe her name is Mayor Wu or something like that. She was one of the mayors that got brought before Congress. The sanctuary city mayors that were supposedly their information was going to be handed over to the DOJ because each and every one of them admitted to federal crimes right in front of Congress. But this mayor went back home and said, well, we don't give a shit. We're going to keep doing whatever we're going to do because nobody's going to do anything about it. So we're kind of waiting on Tom Homan here if he's going to do his job or just continue letting these sanctuary cities run rampant. Then we got a video titled ICE Arrests Georgetown Researcher for Suspected Hamas Ties. Now, I don't believe this guy is a college student, but they, for some reason, really think he is tied to Hamas. Maybe he is tied to these protesters. I guess we'll see. Then the last little bit of the news is not really news, but it's a transition into our fun stuff. It's titled Alec Baldwin Silenced by Hilaria, which I guess that's his wife's name. It sounds like chlamydia, and she's a kind of a bitch. So there's that too. Her name might as well be chlamydia. Then we'll be getting on to our fun stuff. We will be opening today's door from the advent calendar that was sent to us by Wad. And then we got two funny videos of the day. First one's titled Well Shit. And our official funny video of the day is titled White House Tesla Mall. All of that's coming up. But first, there was something I was going to say and I can't remember. So either way, we'll go ahead and get into things. We're not going to read through the chat because you guys have been hanging out with President Trump. So we'll just go ahead and get started. Like I was saying, we're going to start off with this Robo-dog. It's titled Robot-dog Learns and Adapts Like Humans, says this AI startup. Now, this is sort of like things we've seen before, but they're really excited about the fact that it can learn. Again, this is supposed to be like a emotional support animal, but they're going to use it for future endeavors. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you guys we have these brand new Golden Age t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers, dog tags, And I even made cooking aprons out of this design because summertime is coming up. Today I got on the Happy Freedom Hooligan badge. We got lots of items and lots of designs over on the merch store. We'll be dropping all the links in the chats while we're watching this first video. And I want to say really quick, if you're going to be getting tank tops, right now is the time to do it. Every year we sell out of tank tops and they do not restock until it is damn near snowing on the ground. So if you want to get a Hooligan tank top, right now is the time to do it. Hit that like button and let's get into this.
This is Luna. Though the robot dog may look like other mechanical canines, Luna is a bit different. It has a functional digital nervous system and can learn and adapt like humans and many animals, according to Cell, the company behind the bot. The firm says that could help future robots solve problems in dangerous places, like Mars. Victor Luthman is the CEO and co-founder of the Swedish AI startup.
There's no billion-dollar data center in the background. There's no pre-training on massive amounts of data. There's no offline simulations. We have created the first software that allows any machine to learn like humans and animals do.
Luna is one of the first use cases of physical agentic AI, which can make decisions and take actions towards specific goals, rather than just perform narrow tasks or generate content. In other words, the robot dog would be able to learn like a real dog. For instance, instead of a generative AI model and vast datasets, Cell will hire a dog trainer to teach Luna to walk.
Right now, Luna is like a headless chicken. So we tell her to stand. She has a target height and a balance that she wants to reach, but she has no idea how to do it. She autonomously figures out how to control her body in the environment, and she learns through those interactions. That's her input to the system.
While Luna can currently stand up on its feet, the robot dog would perceive, process, and improve through direct interactions with the world.
And to put that in perspective, you can imagine a newborn giraffe on the savannah or a newborn baby.
Luthman said the next step is exploring human-like robots in unpredictable environments, such as space exploration, deep-sea exploration, or disaster response. Intelligent machines could be sent to Mars, for example, to build future habitats for people, Luthman said.
It's impossible to train them on everything that might happen while they're there. They need to be able to figure things out and to experiment in that environment. So this is the technology that will allow any agent to do such exploration.
Cell is funded by venture capital firms in Sweden and Norway, as well as the European Union.
All right, new AI Robo-dog. I guess what really makes this different than the other ones is it's not coming preloaded in its database. It's going to learn its surroundings. Now, what I was thinking when I was screening this video before putting it on the schedule is, what if you're just bad at teaching anything? And so you pay all this money. It's probably going to be thousands of dollars. Probably like buying a new Tesla. You buy one and you're just dog shit at teaching. And so your poor robo-dog can't walk or do anything. It just drags its body across the floor because you're just terrible at teaching. I wonder if those symptoms will arise. I also think it's interesting how they go from little robo-dog to worrying about how we're going to occupy Mars and stuff like that. It's a pretty interesting idea, and one of the ideas I kind of popped in my head while I was watching this is, imagine if we sent this technology to Mars and it's out there scouting Mars and all of this stuff, using its AI brain, learning its surroundings and all of this, and then it comes to the conclusion that it doesn't want us there, that it's kind of the only life form on the planet, and decides that it doesn't want us to be there, and then starts sending us inaccurate information to make us afraid to go there, because we just think that we can't sustain life there because the information we're getting is coming from a thinking dog. I don't know, just a crazy thought while we were experiencing this mad science AI going on. I don't know why they want all of this to go to space exploration. I think when they say that stuff, it's because they want NASA money. Or they want Tesla money or something like that. That's what I think it is, either way. Next up, viral drone show in Florida honors President Donald Trump. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about the AI Robo-dog. Snooks, F this, adopt an animal. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be selling the Robo-dogs. It sounds like it's kind of in the testing stages, but we'll see how it goes. Russell, adopt a dog and then have the Robo-dog as your dog's friend. That's true. It could help teach it to be a dog, plus it could be a chew toy when your dog gets bored. It's a good idea, Russell. Zero, that's pretty cool. It's kind of like an overglorified Furby, more or less. Cassie J, I think I watched the Terminator too many times at an impressionable age because this technology is a little scary to me. Yeah, I mean, it'd probably be rough trying to escape the dog. You wake up and it's just got red eyes glaring at you with the frickin' lasers. You never know. I always wonder how they're going to use this stuff as a weapon. Because you know they're going to. Eventually, like, they won't even send people into war. They'll just send robots. Which, you know, it'd probably be a good thing, but we'll see. Russell, it's some cool tech. I mean, it's a lot like a lot of the things that we've already covered. We've covered construction robots and delivery robots and all kinds of stuff like that. But like I said, this one doesn't come pre-programmed with a database full of knowledge. It learns as it goes. Ghostly, the thing that makes dogs great is that they love you. The robot doesn't love anything. That's true. I'd be calling it names and stuff. I'm not nice to my robots. What's up, J-Dog? Happy freedom to you. Too old to care, useless unless it intimidates and bites. I mean, it could be. Depends what you're using it for. Ghostly, just get a real dog. Yeah. What's up, Disco? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Miss Jamie? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Free Thinker Texan? Non-woke, wait until they self-replicate. Yeah, we're stepping closer to it. I don't think it's going to be the way people think it's going to go, though. Eventually, robots will be building themselves. That seems inevitable. Pumpkin, does it have no ears? Nope. I wonder if it can even hear anything. J-Dog, you can program a robot to love you? Well, depends what you consider love, I suppose. Your fleshlight don't count. That's a different kind of robot. Mm-hmm. Elder Zoomer, happy freedom to you. They don't want you to know this, but the robot dogs patrolling the streets are free. You can take them home. I have 458 robot dogs at my house. How do you charge them all, Elder Zoomer? Russell, Mech Warriors? Yeah. What's up, Viola? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom to you. Guess who? I'm not sure how it works. What's up, Skulls? Happy freedom to you. Hey, I appreciate you, Skulls. Vinny C. President Trump had robotic dogs around Mar-a-Lago before he was sworn in. Yeah, he was being watched by Coast Guard and Secret Service and everything else while he was at Mar-a-Lago because of the attempts that kept happening against him. What's up, Dark Krog? Happy freedom to you. I think the Robo-dog is a great idea. It could be a great way to learn about dangerous locations we can't reach. Could be. Plus, kind of cool just to see it become a thing from learning with a blank slate. Would be dope science project to have. Yeah, I could see the fun things with it. I always try and think, like, how are they going to use it against us? How will they weaponize it against us? Like I said, if you think about it like a Furby, remember the little Furby things that came out in the 90s and then I think they re-released them a couple years ago? It's kind of like that, except it could walk around. Those Furbies, you can teach them things that kind of parrot what you say and whatnot. So it would be kind of cool to have a Robo-dog, but if it costs $30,000 or more and then you pay all that and then this thing's only this big and, you know, it's an expensive toy. It's kind of neat, though. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. What's up, AR-16? Happy freedom to you. It's a Gundam. Yeah, the mech suits. I'm kind of surprised we don't have Gundams already. I really thought we would by now. Let's go ahead and get into this next one. Like I said, viral drone show in Florida honors President Donald Trump. Now, I'd kind of like to see this. I've never really been interested in drone shows. They don't have them near me that I know of. I haven't heard anybody going to a drone show. And for a while there, everybody was scared of drones because of the stuff going on in New Jersey. So either way, like I said, this is happening in Florida. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as over on the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
US President Donald Trump has been celebrated with a massive drone show in Florida. The skies were lit up with a display of blue and red lights, referring to Trump as a historic president and the world's best deal maker. This clip is going viral. Is Donald Trump doing the Trump dance? Let's never stop playing that.
Well, what do you hooligans think about that drone show there? Like I said, I've never been to a drone show, and I don't know, they never seem that exciting to me. Some places have replaced 4th of July fireworks with that kind of stuff, which is, you know, it's probably whatever, but I'd rather look at fireworks. I don't even like the fact they're playing music with fireworks nowadays. I'd rather just hear the explosions, but I guess I'm old school. Either way, like I said, I think that this President Trump drone show that happens in Florida is pretty badass. It would be neat to go see that. At least that's my opinion. Next up, Illinois could make it legal to attack law enforcement. Now they're trying to say that if you have documented mental illness and you get in a scuffle with a cop, that you might be able to claim you're just having a bad day and they won't charge you with assaulting an officer. Now this is just a bill that hasn't been passed yet, but they're trying. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about this drone show in Florida. Zero, that's cool. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool too. Zero, Robo-cat would be knocking everything off the shelves and tables. Yeah, I don't need a Robo-cat. Get Klaus Daniels, that's enough. Josh 1776, Trump got rid of the Department of Education. Yeah, we just covered it live. Covered it right before we got started. Happy freedom to you. Elder Zoomer, pretty cool, but when they start using drone shows for advertisements, I'm going to be pissed. Imagine waking up at 3 a.m. to a super bright 300-foot tall Red Bull can in the sky. No thank you. Yeah, Elder Zoomer, we're approaching those times. J-Dog, Robo Klaus? I don't know. We don't need a Klaus that's more deadly. Ghostly, only a matter of time before the drone shows get hacked and play porn. I mean, maybe. That might happen. How bad could it be? What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom to you. What's a rappy? Dutton, I thought it was already illegal to attack a cop. No, it would be legal, not illegal. Information Warlord, a kid was killed by a drone at a show recently in Orlando. Oh, interesting. Because we covered a story about a kid getting hit in the chest so hard that it stopped his heart or something, but he didn't die. He recovered from it, so must be a different story. Some Fanatical, happy freedom to you. Pumpkin, at least the drones are good at something. Yeah, there's some uses for drones. It's kind of hard to justify their price point. They're pretty expensive, couple $100. But they take really good pictures. They could be useful if you're trying to document certain things that are hard to get to. You know, if like you're in the woods or something, you can go with the drone, figure out where you're trying to go, or large hills or mountains and things like that. Like I've said before, my buddy's got drones and we've gone out and done stuff with them, and they're neat, but they fly for like an hour and then the battery's dead, and then it takes like 3 hours to charge the damn battery, and then you paid like $400 for this thing, and it's like it's hard to justify its price point. It's like an overglorified camera more than anything else. And the drone shows are cool, but not everybody can do that, and that takes like 1,000 drones to do that. So it's a big investment, you know, just to do an hour-long show. It's pretty neat, though. What's up, Zupia? Happy freedom to you. Too old to care, not these pesky drones again. Yeah. They're trying to create reasons for people not to shoot them out of the sky. Free the Texan, you posted that video in the short video. I think I saw the video. I just had already had the news clip on there. What's up, Neon Love Machine? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Jay Blazer? Happy freedom to you. Teasel, good for roof inspections. Yeah, you can also do it for like insurance reasons. You can take like a top-down view of your property. There's a couple uses like that you can use drones for. That's what my buddy was going to do, is he was going to offer drone services to his location for people that were interested in doing those kind of things, but I don't know if he ever got around to it. Dark Krog, I actually had a Furby. Things batteries went low and started speaking in tongues. Freaked me out. I had a Furby too. And eventually it just stopped working. It was a long time ago. Elder Zoomer, good for messing with tweakers. Yeah, I suppose. They even make race drones. There's a lot of videos on YouTube with people racing these drones around, especially in abandoned buildings and stuff like that. Try and do like tricks with it, like miniature Blue Angels kind of stuff. But I don't know. You got to really be into it to do that stuff. What's up, Pag? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans. We're going to get into this next one. Like I said, this is a kind of interesting video. It's titled Illinois Could Make It Legal to Attack Law Enforcement. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you guys really quick. Hold on, let me get this pulled up because we got to wait 20 years for YouTube to come around doing their damn job. Anyways, before we get into this, I want to remind you guys really quick. If you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Now let's get this pulled up about how Illinois wants to make it legal for you to beat on cops. Because that's a good thing, I guess, if you're from Chicago. Anyways, hit that like button if you got a like button, and let's get into this. Alright, well, we'll see if this actually passes. Like I said, it's just a bill that's being introduced. It's not law yet. But this is a step in the wrong direction. I feel like if people are actually having a crisis, then they don't generally get charged with assaulting an officer or resisting arrest. Just like if you're speeding because you got your wife all fat and pregnant in the passenger seat about to shit a kid out, you get pulled over speeding, you can see Dumbo in the passenger seat with another human inside them. They're going to give you the green light. They're going to see you're in an emergency situation. They're going to help you out. Now, yeah, maybe there's that chance you're going to come across somebody who's brain dead and you got to deal with those kind of people. Yeah, okay. That's how life works. So I don't think they really need to pass a law to make it so if you assault an officer and you have some diagnosis of any sort that you're just off the hook. You're just good to go. I feel like, what do they call it? Intent. Intent matters when you're breaking the law. That dictates a whole bunch of different crimes. Is what was your intentions? Like murder, right? They got like 12 names for murder just based on whether or not you intended to kill somebody, or if you accidentally did it, or if you told somebody how to do it, or you influenced a bunch of people to do it. These all have different labels on them. And so I don't think we need another bill to make it okay to attack cops when there's already situational, standards in place where if you're in an emergency situation, they're not going to find petty reasons to charge you. They're just going to deal with the situation accordingly. So obviously this is nonsense by some anti-cop politicians, and we'll see if it goes through. It is Illinois, so you never know. They might actually pass it. Next up, vandalism in Tesla cars and dealerships increase as Doge cuts continue. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat. See what you hooligans think about this nonsense going on in Illinois. Sticks, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. What's up, you Hill? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for sharing us out. Thank you, Snooks. Appreciate the compliment. Yeah, Josh 1776. I could hear it through the peephole. Ghostly, she's just changing aggravated battery, so in Illinois, if you're crazy, you can attack anyone. Yeah, and you can be diagnosed with these things like no big deal. Doctors love to put labels on you. They get good money to do it. You just walk in and you just go, yeah, I feel a little down. They're like, oh, you got depression. You're like, yeah, I'm nervous all the time. They're like, oh, you got anxiety. And you're like, yeah, just keep adding these labels on. Give me 2-3 labels so the next time I whoop a cop's ass, I won't be charged with it, And the doctor's like, yeah, whatever you want, bud. You want some opiates? We'll hook you up with some painkillers too if you're hungry for them. Nah, I'm good on that. I just need to be crazy. Like, stupid. I don't believe in the doctors and none of that shit. It is all excuses to be poor me, poor me. I don't know. Couldn't live like that. What's up, Metal Mouth? Happy freedom to you. Pumpkin, I forgot today is the first day of spring. Yeah, that's what they say. It's 30 degrees outside and we're supposed to get snow, but yeah, it's first day of spring. Oh, throwing my damn chapstick. They're trying to do it in time for the spicy summer. That's what it is. J-Dog probably a Democrat trying to enact the law. Oh yeah, definitely. Elder Zoomer, I swear Illinois lawmakers just smoke crack and write down the first thing that comes to mind. Well, it's not just Illinois. Texas right now is trying to say that people in Texas are dying left and right from overdosing on marijuana. That's never happened. That has never happened. There's not one case of a human being dying from marijuana, from THC specifically. But in Texas, they're just hooting and hollering, all up in arms. Oh my God, the overdoses of marijuana is killing people. They're dying in the jails, they're dying in the streets, they're dying in the schools. So I don't know. I don't know where politicians' where brains are. I have no idea. Pumpkin, is there hope for us humans? We can be hopeful. Tree Herder, it's called a tantrum. Yeah, they're trying to make it legal in Illinois. Rappy, we're supposed to have snow flurries today, but I didn't see any. Yeah, I've just been avoiding looking outside. I don't know what it's going to do out there, and I'd rather keep it that way. Free the Texan, they just banned THC here in Texas. I read fucking Paxton. Oh, man. I wonder if they actually passed that. They must have passed that bill that they were talking about. That's so stupid. Because I guess it was medically legal or whatever. They must have actually passed it with all that fear mongering. They're calling it. No, we talked about this the other day, and I can't think what the hell it's called now. Reefer Madness 2.0. That's what they're calling it. Metal Mouth, did you hear about the dumbass in Indiana who smeared shit on a Cybertruck? No, but leave it to the Democrats to be playing with their shit. Disco, are they lacing the weed with fentanyl? Well, even if they were, these representatives in Texas are saying that it's THC specifically killing everybody and causing overdoses. So it's not like they're just blaming people smoking weed and dying and whatever. They're saying it's THC specifically killing all these people. Because like gummies, right? You eat edibles or something like that. If it's from a dispensary, then it's supposed to have just THC in it, besides the ingredients to make the edible itself. And so they're not calling it by name. They're saying that THC is killing everyone. So even if it is fentanyl-laced marijuana goods, they're not calling it what it is. Friedrich Texan, Texas Senate just passed a bill to ban THC products. Yep, they successfully fear-mongered it into law. That's crazy. Information warlord, weed will turn you gay and make you kill grandma. That's basically. Elder Zoomer, THC doesn't kill. That's just a fact. Yeah, it is a fact. What's up, 10 Man? Happy freedom. Josh 1776. Have you seen the video of the guy going to 10 different doctors with the same symptoms and they each had a different pill to prescribe? No, I haven't seen that, but I firmly believe it. Almost every human being I've talked to in the last 20 years has a pill for some problem. I'm like literally the only person I know that does not take pills for problems. Like, I might take an Advil if I got a terrible migraine, but all my problems are fixed with water and sleep. I was dying not even that long ago, a couple months ago. I don't know if I had the plague or the flu or I don't know what I had. For like 5 days I was dying, drinking water and laying there sleeping. It cures everything. And if it don't, well, I don't got to pay bills anymore. So it's a win-win. Yeah, I don't go to the doctor. I probably will when I get old if I get heart problems or something. But these young people out here, they want a pill for every problem. And I don't think like that. I want to hear more about the guy that attacked the CIA building yesterday. I haven't heard anything about that. What's up, Astral Hammer? Happy freedom to you. 10-man shit slinger? Mm-hmm. Bringing it back. Ghostly. I bet in Texas the Republicans all went to a party and ate brownies that was way too strong, and they were like, nah, fuck nah. Yeah, I mean, it might be. They only need some milk. They'd have been all right. Free the Texan, I only take pills that I need to stay alive. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about emotional young people who are like, I get sad sometimes. The doctor's like, take 3 of these a day. They're like, okay. They're all brain dead for half their life. By the time I was in 12th grade, like half the class was on mood stabilizers and shit. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom. Killer J, Mother Nature's just a bipolar bitch like me. Well, I guess it's good that we live in Michigan. We get a lot of trolls over here on Twitch. I'm waiting for him to speak out and throw this hammer. Tom, you can't OD on THC. You think you're going to die 1,000%, but you don't, and you wake up scared of edibles. Yeah, Tom, that's exactly what happens. And like I've said before, you could take CBD or you can drink milk, and it will knock that off. If you're like too high, you can take, like I'm saying, you can hit a CBD pen, or you could just simply drink milk and it'll make your high go away. And so you don't have to like be scared of the floor being made of lava anymore. Like, you don't have to think that this weird feeling's never going to go away. Like, you're underwater. You'll be all right, bud. Just go drink some milk and sit down somewhere. People are funny. Teasel, boycott Texas. That'll be difficult. People love Texas. What's up, Scott Johnson? Happy freedom to you. Dark Krog, probably fentanyl laced. If people are actually dying from smoking weed, it's got to be fentanyl laced. But the politicians in Texas, they're taking advantage of the situation. Met him out, an 11-year-old girl in Volusia County was arrested for making false 911 calls. What are they going to do with an 11-year-old? Like, where are they going to house an 11-year-old? I don't think they can leave them in lockup. That's, well, parents should have been watching them, I guess. Dutton, the guy that attacked the CIA had a shapeshifter flag, colored pants on, and long hair. That's all I've seen. Oh, you've actually seen I haven't seen the person yet. Hold on, let me see if I can find him on X really quick, because I want to know what that person looks like. Oh. What? Okay. So, yeah, you're not wrong. Okay. So apparently this is the guy that was at the CIA yesterday. We covered a little bit about that. This is him being arrested, if this will pop up really quick. And yeah, he's got some interesting pants on. Here we go. He's got blue and pink. It's like camo with blue and pink. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's like Ryan Ruth's cousin. I don't know what else it's going to show. I got to be careful. Huh. It almost looks like AI. That image looks like AI to me. Weird. I don't know. Yeah. Gotta stop giving the Democrats guns. At least he didn't end up at a school. That's where they normally end up, them damn shapeshifters. They cut their wieners off and then they want to cut yours off. You know, these people, they got so many problems. They're all self-inflicted. Anyways. We're still reading through, but like I said, next up we got vandalism of Tesla cars dealerships increase as Doge cuts continue. Snook's clown pants. Yeah, he does got some clown pants on. Yo, that was a scary looking human. It was. Bobby, yikes. Yeah. Non-woke. They're woke, yeah. Who is Sam Hyde? All of you guys are saying Sam Hyde. I don't know. Well, I guess I might as well just Google that, right? Let's see. An American comedian. Oh, interesting. Could you imagine if it was that guy? Killer J, cray cray. Yeah, he is. It's written all over his face. What's up, Tom Tom? Happy Freedom. Oh, I already got you, but either way, appreciate you being here. Master Meatball, now you know why you didn't hear about it in the news. It's part of the protected group that they're not allowed to talk bad about. Yep, you're exactly right. Trans terrorists. What's up, Michael? Happy Freedom. Liberalism is a serious mental disorder. Yeah, it's just going unchecked. What's up, Austin? Happy Freedom. Everybody's saying it looks like Sam Hyde. I have never heard of that person before. Russell, look like Alex Jones? It look a little bit like Alex Jones. Alright, hooligans. Like I said, getting into this next video here, vandalism on Tesla cars and dealerships increase as Doge cuts continue. Come on, YouTube. Do the damn thing. Alright, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as over on the CommuTube. And let's get into this.
More trouble for Tesla this morning. Not only are vandals targeting dealerships, setting fires to cars, they're spray painting, they're breaking the windows in parking lots, service repair lots here. But Tesla owners, they're also being targeted online and in the streets. Even some in the auto industry are being careful because of Elon Musk's prominent and controversial role in the Trump administration. News Nation's Alicia Nieves is with me from New York this morning. And Alicia, Tesla will no longer appear at a Canadian auto show, not because of politics, but because it's now a safety issue.
Yeah, good morning, Marky. To your point there, the Vancouver International Auto Show telling Tesla that it cannot appear there because of fear, threats to life and physical property. This, of course, comes after Attorney General Pam Bondi earlier in the week, said that Tesla attacks are domestic terrorism. Over the last several weeks, Tesla vehicles, charging stations, buildings in several cities have been defaced or destroyed. We've been seeing an uptick in this, and some of the most serious damage occurring in Portland, Oregon, where police say someone actually fired 7 bullets into 3 Teslas at a dealership, while a nearby dealership was targeted by a hooded figure who threw Molotov cocktails at the EVs. There have been at least a dozen people arrested in either these vandalism situations or at protests at Tesla dealerships that have turned violent. The nationwide anger really stemming from Tesla's founder, Elon Musk's new role as the head of DOGE and his efforts to reduce waste in the federal government that has included, mass firings we've seen across government workers. Some say this makes him and his company is a pretty easy target now.
As long as Elon Musk is doing political things that anger consumers, consumers will take out their anger on his products. Violent protest has been part of politics since the start of politics. It's the wrong thing to do. It's dangerous, and it's counterproductive. You don't make a lot of friends by blowing stuff up.
Yeah, Marky, and this Tesla dealership that we're in front of here in New York City is just one location that had protests here recently, resulted in arrests, and we're told this is not the end. There is even a plan to have kind of a mass protest at the end of this month of 500 Tesla dealerships potentially across the country, Marky.
Yeah, and it's so unfortunate that any innocent person who owns a Tesla at home now has to worry about this and keep this on the radar. Alicia, thank you. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Okay. Now, I like how the guy goes on there and goes, yeah, as long as Elon Musk wants to be involved in politics, he can go ahead and assume that all of his vehicles and dealerships will be attacked. Oh, it's justified, huh? Because he's in politics? It goes back to like what I was saying earlier. People didn't want to vote for Trump because they were worried about what the Democrats would do as far as burning shit down in the streets. Well, now they are burning shit down in the streets, but in this situation, Elon's bad for being involved in politics, even though he's doing good things. And so he deserves to have his cars burned down and targeted and stuff. And now he's being excluded from shows and stuff like that. Not because he did anything wrong, but because children out there can't control themselves and they have to attack inanimate objects to prove some point that they're never ever proving. They are never clear about their call to action. They're just upset and they want everyone to know it. And that's it. It's so stupid. They could all take a boot to the face. They all deserve it. Next up, Minnesota Senator Justin Acorn arrested for soliciting a minor. There's nothing good coming out of Minnesota, I'm convinced. Anyways, it's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat and see what your Hooligans think about these idiots attacking Tesla cars. Astral Hammer, tickle me Tesla. Mm-hmm. 10 Man, the same people who pushed for mandates for EVs, now they don't like them. Yeah, 10 Man, exactly. They were the ones telling everybody you were going to kill the planet if you didn't go out and buy a Tesla. Now they're attacking the Teslas. Like, that's how you know these people are nobody to follow, nobody to take advice from, nobody to have as a friend. They're just not worth it. They're just self-destructing, and they want to take all of us with them. That's why they celebrate Hamas. Non-woke, all brought to us by the Party of Tolerance. Mm-hmm. Rappy, I hope they all get caught. How evil. Yeah, and I wonder how many of these people are actually being arrested. I think the Cybertruck and maybe other Tesla vehicles have like cameras around them. I keep seeing videos that look like they're cameras built into the car. And so I don't know if that's how Teslas actually are or not, but that makes it even more stupid that they're getting vandalized because most of these people are on camera. There's tons of these videos out there of individuals that are like keying the cars and stuff like that. So I wonder, is anyone actually doing anything about this, or are they letting it slide? Like they were saying, it's happening really bad in Portland. Well, we know how things go in Portland. They're soft on crime out there. They praise Antifa and people like that. So it's like, those people ain't going to jail. You go and make a claim about your car, insurance is like, too bad. Too bad. You should have been on the left side of things. Jeb, yes, nothing like a good protest to save the world. Right. Ghostly, the anger is just because they're communists. Yeah. And they're self-proclaimed communists because they're that stupid. Jeb, they do have cameras. See, that makes it so much more dumb that they're out there vandalizing them. Jeb, I expect trucks to be delivering loads of bricks to the street corner soon. Yep, dropping off pallets of bricks. We're starting to get there. About that time of the year. Astro Hammer, no, I didn't put it on the schedule. Every video I saw about the hospital shooting that was happening in Troy, it's like the people who were doing the videos were brain dead. They were all brain dead. They're just like, well, yeah, so, the shooter, we're searching the hospital right now, but we don't think the shooter's there. So, and I was like, oh my God, fuck, 17 minutes of that? No, thank you. And so I was like, we'll cover it tomorrow. When somebody with a brain actually tells us what happens. I watched like 4 videos like that. I was like, okay, we don't get to know what happened at the hospital today because there isn't somebody smart enough to cover it. I'm like, shit. Oh, Snooks, he's probably still watching. He's just stupid. These trolls are so stupid. They walk in the house and they think they can tell me what to do, and it's like, whatever, buddy. We're covering seven chats right now. Sorry I didn't get to your little question soon enough, you little bitch. He's still watching, I'm sure. Metamouth, especially in the Seattle area. That's what I mean. Over on the left coast, I bet people are not getting the sympathy they deserve when their Teslas are being attacked. And it's so ironic. You know, it's so ironic because the left coast was the one buying all the EVs. Now they're the ones attacking all the EVs. Like, just leave these people in a locked room. Eventually, they'll delete themselves. Like, it's inevitable. 10-man libs equal hoes mad. You ain't wrong, 10-man. Zero. Steve Gruber posted 3 were arrested today. The Tesla vandals. Well, good. They should be held accountable. Metal Mouth, what do you expect from DEI hires? I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. What's up, C1? Happy freedom to you. Killer J, on social media, there's posts going around to arrange a mass attack on Teslas on March 29th. 9 days. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if they actually get the numbers. For a while there, they were putting out Antifa flyers trying to gather people to do one thing or another, and it would fizzle out. The event would never happen. And it's been that way for a couple of years. But things are starting to get spicy now that President Trump's back in the Oval Office, so I assume we'll have a spicy summer. It's just about when it starts. Tom, my wife said it was 2 employees and 5 shots were fired from TT, so I don't know how true. What? I don't know what you're responding to, Tom. Dark Krog, they drink the water. They drink the Kool-Aid. What's up, Jim? Happy freedom. If I can get y'all ready. What's up, Wayward? My dog just had surgery when I put you on the TV. She jumped up to look. It was cute. That's awesome, Wayward. Appreciate you guys being here. 10-man bots, trolls, libs equal the same person nowadays. Yeah, you're not wrong. Just mad people. Just mad, small, pathetic, weak people who can't take care of themselves, and That's it. It's always the same profile causing all these problems. Either way, we're going to get into this next one. Like I said, Minnesota Senator Justin Acorn, and that's one hell of a spelling of acorn, arrested for soliciting a minor. I don't know. Give him the lethal injection. I don't know why we preserve these kind of people. They don't change. There's no recovery for them. Well, there is, but it's permanent. Anyways, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick. If you would like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live, so definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Like I said, this is Minnesota Senator Justin Acorn arrested for soliciting a minor. Hit that like button because we need those like buttons up, and let's get into this.
Our top story tonight, a state senator is facing solicitation charges in Bloomington.
Police say that Justin Eichhorn was there to meet up with somebody he thought was a teenage girl. Our Mary McGuire joining us outside Bloomington Police Headquarters tonight with the latest on this investigation. Mary?
Well, Kelsey, this state senator was supposed to be over in St. Paul today at the state capitol taking part in legislative committee hearings, but instead he's being held here at the Bloomington Police Department on felony charges. Now, police say that 40-year-old Justin Eichhorn was arrested yesterday on the 8300 block of Normandale Boulevard. He thought he was talking to a 16-year-old girl online, making plans to meet up, but it was actually a detective with Bloomington Police. He has not been formally charged yet, but felony solicitation charges are pending. After the news of his arrest broke, Senate Republicans released a statement calling for his immediate resignation, saying he has a difficult road ahead and needs to focus on his family. We also spoke with one of his colleagues in the House who had some strong words for his alleged conduct.
Sad and disgusting. That's all I have to say about it. When legislators who are supposed to write the law and uphold the law are caught doing stuff that's evil and egregious, I don't like it, and I call it out, no matter if they have an R after their name or a DFL. It's sad. It's a sad day for Minnesota.
Now, if Senator Eichhorn were to resign, it wouldn't have major implications at the Capitol. Right now, the Democrats have the majority at 34 seats compared to the Republicans' 33 seats. Now, we have reached out to the senator's office for comment on all of this. We have not heard back from them yet. Eichhorn has served in the state Senate since 2016, and his online biography says that he is married and has 4 children. Reporting live in Bloomington tonight, Mary McGuire, Fox 9.
All right, Mary, thank you.
Well, no excuse for that kind of behavior. What an idiot. What an idiot. He thought he's a politician. He should act like a politician, I guess. What a dirtbag. I don't know if we'll get a follow-up on that or not, but I would like to know how much time he actually gets, because it seems like everyone is so soft on pedophiles. They should give him 20 years or worse, because he's out here committing terrible crimes. And the thing is you don't know that's the first time this has happened. Like, there could be victims out there and you don't even know, because in these kind of crimes, the victims don't usually come forward, at least for a long period of time. At least that's really common with these situations. So he could have hurt other people that nobody even knows about yet. And ironically, he was sitting there sexting with a police officer or a detective of sorts. So, what an idiot. Hope they throw the book at him. Next up, Senator Chuck Schumer admits that he's sending Democrat activists into Republican districts to protest and threaten Republicans. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Justin Eichhorn and him being a pedophile. Cassie J, I kind of feel bad for his wife and kids. Yeah. I don't know. He's a bad person. That's all I know. 10 Man, no, I've never heard of that. Zero, what an idiot. He even looks like a pedo. Glad he got caught. Yeah, Zero, I'm glad he got caught too. Jay Spray looks like a creep. He does. He does. Astro Hammer was actually a detective, and now they're in love. The detective's going to keep writing him after he goes to prison. He's like, why are you writing me? She's like, I miss our conversations. I hope not. I'm so tired of the world being messed up. Zupia, focus on his family. His family should disown his pedo ass. Yeah, that's what I think too, Zupia. Either they should be shocked, disgusted, and cutting him out of their life, or they were in on it. It's one or the other. And it makes you wonder, if he's doing this stuff, has he hurt any of his kids or, you know, anything like that? So, I don't know. And Jab, they think they can get away with anything. Yeah. It's just not enough accountability these days. People would think twice if they thought they'd actually be held accountable for their actions. Metalmouth just shows you that even elected officials are not above the law. Not until they get to Capitol Hill, and then for some reason they're protected by a force field. I'd still like to see a lot of people on Capitol Hill get arrested for the bad things they do, but it hasn't happened yet. What's up, Muskie Boss? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Demented? Happy freedom to you. Demented, they released a website telling locations of Tesla owners' homes. That's interesting. Yeah, and nothing ever seems to get done about this stuff. Muskie Boss, how's the VR? I haven't had time to try it yet. It's still in the box. What's up, Let's Go Brandon? Happy freedom to you. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Snooks. Yep, Alistair sent me the corrected version earlier today, and we got it put together right before the live. Killer J, what do you mean he hasn't been charged yet? The officer he was talking to is trans. Yeah, that could be. I don't know. It's not good. Hopefully they actually give him some time, but he's a politician and the world is soft on pedos for some reason. What's up, Shane? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, typical politician. Exactly. Michael Bongino is on a mission. His first target is Schiff. Well, we'll see how it goes. What's up, Mint? Happy freedom to you. Did I try Melinda Scorpion hot sauce? I don't think there was scorpion in there. What did we try? We tried ghost pepper. I don't think there was scorpion sauce in there, Mint. I'll have to double check. Zero, the website's been taken down about the Tesla addresses. Well, that's good. Zupia, Caroline mentioned it earlier. Did she do a parking lot presser? I was all over X, but I didn't see if they did a parking lot presser, and that's about as official of an announcement as we get out of the White House, which fucking sucks, but it's the way they're running things. What's up, Sage Pup? Happy freedom. Alright, hooligans, we'll get into this next one. Like I said, Senator Chuck Schumer admits that he's sending Democrat activists into Republican districts to protest and threaten Republicans. That's nice. What a nice guy. Hit that like button if you got a like button, and let's get into this.
We are mobilizing in New York. We have people going to the Republican districts and going after these Republicans who are voting for this and forcing them to either change their vote or face the consequences. This is a long, relentless fight that we fight every day. And I am confident that we will bring Trump's popularity, numbers, and strength down if we keep at it and keep at it and keep at it. We are.
I don't know how somebody can go out there and say that stuff. We're going to go out there and cause havoc. We're going to go into enemy territory. We're going to protest and threaten the other party until they are not voting for who they want to vote for. Says a member of the government. Like, how is that not investigation material right there? That sounds like some Hitler shit. I mean, a little diet, right? Hitler went in there and got stuff done. But this guy, he's trying to use fear to do it. At least he's admitting to that. Now, we know how the activists are. They go out there and they burn shit down and steal people's stuff and pull individuals out at gunpoint and things like that. They basically behave like meth heads. And Chuck Schumer admits that he's causing that he's influencing that to happen, all in the goal of turning people away from President Trump. That's wrong. That's wrong. It'd be different if he's out there sharing facts and informing the public so they could make their own decisions after receiving the information. But to go out there and say, yeah, we're sending people to threaten you to change your mind, says the government. What? That's not okay. That is not okay. Next up, crowd cheers as Boston mayor expresses support for violent criminal aliens. Like I said earlier, I think her name is Mayor Wu or something like that. She's some socialist piece of shit that was a part of the group of mayors that went before Congress for the sanctuary city hearings that were happening, that everybody was taking so sternly, and they were saying they were going to do something about these sanctuary mayors and stuff. Well, we got this mayor come back just to talk it up, just to say, oh, well, we don't care what Congress says. We're going to keep doing things our way. We'll see if anybody does anything about it. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Chuck Schumer talking that nonsense. Man, fuck Chuck. Yeah, for real. Russell, scorpion sauce sounds dangerous. It does sound dangerous. Jeb, a bear is like a large raccoon. I'll never unsee that. Thanks, Jeb. Changed my life. What's up, God Rides a Harley? Happy freedom to you. Schumer makes a great cheeseburger. Well, I don't know about all that. I remember that meme going around. Jeb, bear is greasy. I've never ate bear before. Metal Mouth, that fucker needs to retire. Yeah, he does. They all need to step down. Pumpkin, Chuck is a disgusting demon. He's something. Done. I thought saying fight was a bad thing. Yeah, what did they call it? Violent rhetoric. When they were trying to try President Trump for the second impeachment, and they had Jamie Ratsack Skin and all those other people out there crying their little eyes about insurrections and all that, and they said the violent rhetoric. And then they played a video of like Trump trucks and aggressive music, and they were like, this is fight music. This is fight music right here. Yeah, it's only a bad thing when Republicans say fight, but the Democrats, they talk about fighting all damn day on top of burning shit down, and no, that's fine. That's fine. Damn, he has such a punchable face. I know. And it's as wide as a billboard. Hey, thank you for being here, Josh1776. Don't work too hard out there. 10 man. Maybe. I'm not sure. Killer J. Milk is the cure for hot saucing in the wrong places. I will remember that. The problem is I don't keep milk on hand because I don't drink milk. It makes me sick. So next time I'm dying of hot sauce or touching my wiener with hot sauce or any of that stuff, I'll make sure to run down the street to get some milk. It'll be hard to explain, but man, it'll be entertaining. What's up, Nicole? Happy freedom to you. If Schumer thinks he's such a mobster, he'll be treated as such. I mean, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Him and, what's his name? He's been out there waddling around talking bad about Trump. Robert De Niro. They should just team up. Dark Krog. They love dangerous language when it supports their causes. Yeah. Dark Krog. Freedom of speech is super important, but you still shouldn't be allowed to do that from a place of power. Yeah. I mean, it's making threats, sort of. He's like walking that line there. Snooks, don't tell me how to live my life. Snooks says, just don't touch your wiener so much. No, Snooks. Touch as much as I want to. God gave it to me for a reason. All right, we're going to get into this next video. Like I said, crowd cheers as Boston mayor expresses support for violent criminal aliens. Because she's a dumbass. All right, hit that like button if you got a like button. And let's get into this.
We stand with immigrants. You belong here. Somos una ciudad de inmigrantes. Boston doesn't back down. We are a city where the Irish coffee is strong and our opinions are stronger. We may not always agree or see eye to eye, but at the end of the day, we are a family. If you come for one of us, you will get all of us.
Okay. So she's basically saying that she doesn't care what Congress and all them say. Because like I said, her and Mayor Eric Adams and a couple other guys, they were before Congress. They were summoned because of how they were running sanctuary cities and how their sanctuary city policies contradicted federal law. And then they all went up there and they all admitted to federal crimes. And I think it was Nancy Mace. It might have, I can't remember. I think it was Nancy Mace. I might be wrong. I can't remember now. I want to say it was Nancy Mace told them, after basically influencing them to admit that they were breaking federal law, she was saying she was going to hand the papers over to the Department of Justice to have each and every one of them investigated for crimes. And then Mayor Wu left the congressional hearing and then went back home and did that. And said, hey, we don't care if you're illegal or not. You can come hang out with us, even though the federal law says otherwise. So is Tom Homan going to like hold these people accountable, or was that just tough talk on TV? Or, you know, when are they going to actually do something? Because they keep acting like he's giving them enough rope. That's what it always sounds like. He's like, well, you know, we just keep giving them rope, keeping rope. Eventually they'll cross that line and we'll hold them accountable. Well, when's that going to happen? They already told them to stop what they're doing and reform their policies, and instead she went back and did that. Okay, time to hold her accountable. Get to it, Tom Homan. Like, you know, do something. I don't know. Like, it sounded really good when we were doing the voting. Now it's time to do something, and it's like, it just doesn't feel like things are actually happening. Next up, ICE arrests Georgetown researcher for suspected Hamas ties. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what your Hooligans think about Mayor Wu. Everybody on the website's talking about their wieners. Oh, God. Come on, guys. Jesus loves us. Holy. What's up, Breeze by you? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Banner user? Happy freedom to you. Mary Todd, happy freedom. Arrest her. Yes. Mary Todd. Oh, Anna Paulina Luna. Thank you, Mary Todd. That's who I was talking about. Anna Paulina Luna APL was the one saying that she was going to give the sanctuary city mayors paperwork after they admitted to a federal crime, that she was going to hand the paperwork to the DOJ. That's who it was. Not Nancy Mace. It was Anna Paulina Luna. Thank you, Mary Todd. Jeb, off with her head. I'm just kidding, FBI. Yeah, Jeb. Just kidding. We're just joking over here. Snooks, you started the wiener talk. I didn't start the wiener talk. You started dictating what people could do with their wieners, Snooks. You're a wiener Nazi. Holy. You Hill, they're sausages, you bigot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Supia, Snooks was talking about her wiener? No, I don't think she's got a wiener. Stoner, wait till we get the chip clips. Yeah, we're going to have to write the disclaimer in gigantic letters to try and save liability. Metal Mouse, she's going to fuck around and find out the hard way. Yeah. Yep, she is. Pumpkin, don't lie to the illegals. They don't belong here. It's true, Pumpkin. Jeb, I still think he looks like the Penguin from the old Batman movies. Who? Who looks like that, Jeb? Muskie Boss Bear is good eating. Not as greasy as a liberal. Yeah, Muskie Boss, I believe that. Less meth needles and stuff. Ghostly, the chip clip challenge is not for the faint of heart. That's right. What's up, Rich? Happy Freedom. What's up, Kirk Allen? Lock her up. Absolutely. Absolutely. She's out there just yelling in front of everybody that she's willing to break federal law. What's up, Mrs. BC? Happy Freedom. I'm confused. I thought Schumer just voted for the Republicans on the funding bill so the country would not shut down. Then he says this crap. He's nuts. Well, yeah, that did happen. Yeah, he did. So he talked a whole bunch of bad stuff about Trump and all of them. Then he turned around and voted for the bill instead of against it. Then all the Democrats said that he's a traitor to their party. And then he turned around and went and did that to try and make AOC happy, I assume. Because AOC was the loudest one barking between her teeth that Schumer was a traitor to the Democrats because he voted to not have the government shut down. Yeah, they're a mess over there on the left side. Find it, fix it. Why is he closing the Department of Education? Because it doesn't work. Because having a standard for all states isn't working. He said before signing the executive order to close the Department of Education, well, one, he said that there's a good possibility that it's going to have to go before Congress. That he can like stop funding, or there's like a portion of it he can stop. But I think Congress has to ultimately vote to end the Department of Education. He had also mentioned that programs like special ed, special needs programs and things like that, they would be preserved, that they would not be affected by the DOE being shut down. I don't know what that looks like, but that's what he said before he signed the executive order. We covered the executive order signing at the beginning of the live. So if you guys want to watch the replay after it ends, usually when we end the live, it takes about 20 minutes or so for the live to process and be watchable as a replay, but it's at the beginning of this live. Find it, fix it, revamp it. Well, they're going to send it back to the states. The states will be in charge of like funding and declaring what the threshold should be for their education in order to say whether or not students are achieving their goals or not. That'll be dictated by the states now on. But who knows what that's going to look like. Like here in Michigan, God only knows. Whitmer, is she going to get off her ass and fund the schools and stuff? Psh, she hasn't fixed the roads yet, and she's been saying that for like 8 years. So I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like, but it's supposed to be a good thing. What's up, Big Daddy? Happy freedom to you. Steve asks, I'm looking for Bongino to arrest these fools. Yeah. I think he seems very serious about his job and his intentions, and obviously he knows what's going on. He was running a podcast and stuff. He's watching the news every day. So I'm hopeful for Bongino and all them. Nah, I appreciate you, Wayward. Produced by you, we don't need thought control. That's true. Enter user, the Department of Education was set up to assist local and state education, not dominate. Yeah, enter user. Muskie Boss just put in for doe tags. Is it almost hunting season? I thought, well, I guess every state is probably different. Because I was hear about people getting deer tags in like November. But that's just here in Michigan. J-Dog. Congress better not let Trump down. Yeah, and we'll see how that goes. Didn't they just vote to leave dudes and women's sports when they were trying to pass a bill? Russell, Bongino is a no-nonsense kind of guy. Yeah, Russell, that's what I get off of him, too. I haven't watched a whole Bongino episode. I just see clips on X, but he seems like he doesn't mess around. Astro Hammer, I thought Jeff said Doge tags. Well, that's what I thought the comment said originally. I had to read it like 3 or 4 times. Damn dyslexia. Mrs. BC, I'm not a fan of Whitmer, but I think she'll help. I hope so. Kids need school, and they don't need to be indoctrinated. They need a real education. What's up, home of? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans. We're going to get into this next one. Like I said, ICE arrests Georgetown researcher for suspected Hamas ties. Now, I assume we will have a follow-up on this. Just like Mahmoud Khalil, this is going to turn into like free speech situations are arising left and right. Now, I still think they're trying to make Mahmoud Khalil like the new George Floyd situation. But now we got a new guy playing the game. Once again, this is titled ICE arrests Georgetown researcher, instead of saying his name, for suspected Hamas ties. Hit that like button if you got a like button, and let's get into this.
Right about 10:30 in New York on a Thursday morning, crackdown against hate continues. Federal immigration agents arresting a researcher at Georgetown University, accusing him of having close connections to the Iranian-backed terror group Hamas. Where this case goes, we wait to see. Mark Meredith has got it there live in Washington, D.C. Good morning, Mark.
Bill, good morning to you. This story breaking overnight. The Trump administration accusing a Georgetown University researcher of spreading propaganda with Hamas and having ties to a suspected terrorist. The university tells Fox he doesn't know about any illegal activity, and lawyers for the man say he's being unfairly punished. Badar Khan Suri is an Indian national and a postdoctoral fellow at Georgetown School of Service. He is in the United States on a student visa. Reports say he was arrested Monday in Roslyn, Virginia. We checked overnight. It shows him now being held at an ICE detention facility in Louisiana. A spokesperson for the Department of Homeland Security says Syria has close connections to a known or suspected terrorist who's a senior advisor to Hamas. Secretary Rubio issued a determination this month that his activities and presence in the U.S. rendered him deportable. Now, the university says Suri is studying peace building in Iraq and Afghanistan and that it's closely watching what's happening. They sent us a statement overnight saying we support our community members' rights to free and open inquiry, deliberation, and debate, even if the underlying ideas may be difficult, controversial, or objectionable. We expect the legal system to adjudicate this case fairly. Federal officials are ramping up arrest and detention of some foreign students in the U.S. who the government argues are violating their terms of their student visas. Series arrest is notable because we've seen that crackdown at other universities, Columbia getting a lot of attention, Bill, and that student also still in federal custody, also in Louisiana.
All right, Mark,
Bill.
let us know how it goes. Thank you, sir. Mark Meredith in Washington, D.C.
All right, so I guess he is a student. So it is another situation like Mahmoud Khalil, which is weird because Mahmoud Khalil is the only one whose name is being spread across all news. But there's 3 other arrests that have happened right after Mahmoud Khalil was arrested for the same exact things. They were either here on green card or visas or whatever. One of them, their visa expired. They were picked up trying to self-deport. Now we got this guy who also is a student that got picked up, but they're not like naming their names out loud like they are with Mahmoud Khalil. Like I said, there's so much push for Mahmoud to become like the next George Floyd situation. The protesters are all amped up. They claim that President Trump's going after him and silencing his free speech and this, that, and the other, even though he was orchestrating protests that were pro-Hamas, saying, you know, he's sympathizing with terrorists. That's against the orders of his green card. He's about to get deported. And when that happens, how are the Democrats going to react? Because they keep making claims that he's not a terrorist sympathizer. He was just using his free speech. And like this guy, he's being accused of having ties to Hamas, potentially aiding Hamas. But then the school turns around and act like, oh, nah, he's just a regular guy. This is normal. This is normal. And then, you know, you add that together with the video that we covered yesterday where the guy was saying that half the people we're sending to Supermax in El Salvador aren't even criminals. They're just illegals who are being accused of crimes that they may not have even committed because nobody knows who they actually are because they're undocumented. So you may potentially have sort of innocent people, right? They broke the law when they came here illegally, but they're going to Supermax for murders they never committed and stuff like that. Now, they're claiming that's because they don't have due process or whatever going on right now. But you mix all of this up, the Democrats are trying to paint this to look like we have a tyrannical government that's mistreating people here in America. Now, the part that's being left out is the fact that most of these people are illegal, and all of them are non-American citizens. All of them are. But to the Democrats, this is their new George Floyd situation, and it's real, like all the pieces are starting to appear on the board here. And so we'll see how this goes. This may be the reason we have a spicy summer. Next up, we got Alec Baldwin being silenced by Hilaria, or whatever the hell his wife's name is. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about ICE arresting this Georgetown researcher for having Hamas ties. Russell, if you FA, you will FO. Yep, exactly. Miss Jamie, you cannot coexist with people who were born and raised to eliminate you. Yeah, it's true. J-Dog, non-Americans, get them the fuck out of here. Yeah, if they hate it here so bad or they want us all to die or whatever, then they shouldn't be here. Non-woke, ICE is nice. Mm-hmm. Jeb, they want total chaos in the streets because they don't want Trump to look good at any point in his term. Absolutely. J-Dog, Islam guy is Catholic at the Catholic University. What is going on here? Democrat nonsense. What's up, Jack? Happy freedom to you. Greatest president ever. Absolutely. Pumpkin Hamas supporters are everywhere. Yeah. I think it was Cheeky Chops. He sent me a video yesterday. We can watch it really quick. I don't think they say anything too damn bad. Let's see if I can find it really quick here. It's a video from Instagram or something like that. But it shows some idiot who thinks he's a Hamas supporter. Let's see if we can get the video to play. He is. We're just going to watch a little bit of this. Nothing too crazy happens that I can remember. What just happened? Hold on a second. There we go. Boom. Like I said, Cheeky Chop sent me this yesterday. This is a video of some asshole, I assume in New York, just based on the way things look. Filmed in New York City today. Going to kill Zionists. Would be a shame if he was exposed. Let's just watch a little bit of this.
Fighting the Zionists. Yeah. Omar, are you going to go kill Jews? I'm not going to kill Zionists. You're going to kill Zionists? Zionists. How many Zionists do you want to kill? As many as I can. You want to kill as many Zionists as you can? Yeah, Zionists. I'm a Zionist. That's interesting. How old are you that you want to kill Zionists? Huh? So you want to kill me? You're a Zionist? I am a Zionist. So you want to kill me? Let's go to Palestine and we'll celebrate. You want to kill me right here? Left to Palestine. So you want to kill me because I'm a Zionist? Do you want to? What is a Zionist? You're literally give me the definition of a Zionist. You're the definition. Well, you're the definition of Zionism. So what's the definition of Zionism? You want to kill us? Just tell me what's the definition. Why do you want to kill Zionists? Because all they care about is killing all the Arabs. All the Arabs. Arabs? Yeah. I'm Arab. I'm from Yemen and Egyptian. How they want to kill all the Arabs? You're Yemeni and Egyptian? Yes, I'm Yemeni and Egyptian. Habibi. Most of the Israelis are Middle Eastern. You know that, right? And you're Jewish? Yes, I'm Jewish. You know, that's a hard, He's living in Egypt. But you, Habibi, want to kill. I know that Jews live in Yemen. You want to kill Jews. You want to kill Jews. No, I want to kill Zionists, bro. You want to kill Zionists. When all the Zionists are gone, then who's next? No one. No one's next? How are you going to do it? What's the plan? So, Omar.
All right. Well, they don't ever come to a conclusion. I'll just save you the time there. Because I watched the whole damn video yesterday and it just goes round and round and round like that, where they don't know anything. But you know what it sounds like? It sounds exactly like the BLM days, where they're trying to discuss systematic racism and where that exists and who can see it and who can't and why you can't see it. You can't see it because it doesn't exist. You can't see it because of all your white privilege and all this other stupid shit that doesn't make any sense. And that's exactly what that sounds like right there. Some lost 20-year-old who's dressed up like a terrorist out there saying he's going to kill people. Why the hell ain't the FBI knocking on his door? Like, that doesn't make any sense. They just let that happen. And, I mean, it's been years now. It's been more than like 2 years at this point that they've allowed people to do that. That guy looks just like Hamas. He's like a terrorist just sitting on the corner out in New York City. Nobody doing anything about it. That's the new normal out there. It's not good. Zero, what an idiot. Yeah, for real. 10-man dude's mind never developed. He's out there sounding crazy. Russell, damn dude doesn't know shit. He doesn't. I'm telling you, a punch in the face would fix all of this. If he got punched in the face, he wouldn't be talking about killing people and stuff. Zero, unless it's Halloween, people like that should be arrested. Yeah. It used to be an arrestable offense when you went into a store with your face covered. Like, you'd have to be told to leave, but it was like a big deal. And I don't know if you could walk down the street. I suppose you could walk down the street with a mask on, but you definitely look like you're up to no good. And our user, he needs his balls to drop. You're not wrong. He's just a young lad. He's confused. Meow meow. Meow meow. Yep, you're a good boy. You heard that, commie? Yeah, you heard that, commie, didn't you? Just go put the AR down. You'll be okay. You'll be alright. It's not time. Let's see. Metal Mouth. I'm a Masonic. I'm probably not saying that correctly, but a Masonic Jew. Would Hamas view me as a Zionist? Metal Mouth, I don't even know what a Zionist is. I don't even know what half their labels mean. So probably not. I don't know, though. I don't know these things. I could look them up, but I choose not to because they're words that only seem to be screamed by the left, which means that they're not important to me. So I don't know what a Zionist is or any of that stuff. Well, bless you, buddy. He's about to kill grandma. You see that spray? It's just sneezing COVID everywhere. Anyways, no, I don't know what their goofy labels mean or anything like that. Y'all good in my book, Metal Mouth. You all right? I had to pull a string out of Klaus yesterday. I wasn't going to say anything, but since he brought it up, I don't know. At first it was Klaus on a stick. Now it's Klaus on a string. You want to go sit your booty down? Are you here to? You gonna? Is this a interview? We're gonna interview the Klaus. You can't make it. Don't do this. Get in your little hammock there. Goodness, he's gonna try and leap on the desk. Klaus Daniels. Yeah, you're a good boy. You know that. You need to chill out though. No. Back up. Back your face up. Jack, he has the moral code of a gum wrapper. You're not wrong. All right, buddy. Just go ahead. Just damn, it's worse than kids, you know? Jeb, they just want something to protest. They don't have a clue. Yeah, and it's because these young people want to feel like they belong somewhere. They want to be a part of something, just like all of us felt when we were 20 years old. The problem is it wasn't cool. Well, it's not a problem. The problem is that now it's cool to be an activist. It's cool to be a protester. It's cool to sit around bitching than actually doing something productive. For the Texan Klaus trying to steal the show, he usually does. Right now, he's he's like a back massager. He's behind me purring. Jack Klaus is a Zionist. I don't think so. I think he believes in capital G God. Pretty sure. I think he thinks that's where I get the treats from, but that's okay. No, Klaus Daniels. You're doing too much. Yes, I feel like Dr. Evil. Master Meatball, this country will take decades to heal from all of this. Well, we'll see. Our attention span is short, so, probably 4 or 5 years, we'll forget that all of this happened. Guess who? Wait, I misgendered the terrorist. They, it, them. Yeah, the they, it, them was pretty mad on the street corner there. Austin, you should learn about that. Definition of Zionism is the establishment and protection of the modern state of Israel. What does Israel have to do with my life? Nothing. Whatever happens over there, happens over there. I don't worry about other people's problems. So, again, I really don't have a reason to learn about Zionism because it doesn't matter here in America. Plus, I don't think I could go to Israel. I don't want to go to Israel because I can't go to most countries. And we're already in the best country, so I'm not worried about it. Ugh. It'll be all right. Scott Johnson, free Cheeky from what? We got to summon Cheeky Chops. He's fine, I'm sure, wherever he is. But we got to summon him. What's up, Lenny? Happy freedom. Lenny, Klaus has the small voice that my Mickey does. Yeah. He's a little chirping cat. Wayward Zionist is Illuminati. Yeah, see. I don't know about that stuff. What's up, Appeal to Heaven? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mr. B. New? Information warlord. That's why I like cats. They will not comply. That's right. Is it an attack, Klaus? Jack, that shit over there don't make my potatoes grow. Yeah. I don't know. I firmly believe in minding my own business when I can. Cinderella, I thought you were a pastor. No, I was a chaplain. That's not the same thing as a pastor. I was a chaplain. Zero, Cheeky Chops has been in the chat. You read some comments from them. I don't know if Cheeky Chops... No, because he overruns the chat. Cheeky Chops has not been here today. Not yet, but he will be. Cinderella. And being a chaplain has nothing to do with Israel. Like, I know God's people and all that stuff. Saying you don't want to pay attention to their problems is not the same thing as saying that you want bad things to happen to them. I don't want bad things to happen to anybody. But if I got to worry about problems, I worry about my own problems. I don't worry about other people's problems. What happens here in our country is it could potentially be a problem for me and all of us. So those are the problems I worry about. Things that happen outside the country, unless they're threatening us, doesn't matter to me because I'm focused on our problems. Doesn't mean I want bad things to happen to anybody or anything like that. I'm just minding my own damn business over here. There's nothing wrong with that. So let's go ahead and get into this last video. This is the last little bit of the news. It's not really news, but it's a good transition into our fun stuff. So let's go ahead and get this pulled up. And it's with Rob Schmidt. This is titled Alec Baldwin Silenced by Hilaria, or whatever his wife's name is. Hit that like button if you got a like button, and let's get into this.
Welcome back.
Well, that's like Newsmax's version of lefties losing it. Like I said, that is the last little bit of the news. We're going to be getting into the fun stuff. We will be opening today's door from the Advent calendar that was sent to us by Wad. And then we got 2 funny videos of the day coming up. First one's titled, Well Shit. And our official funny video of the day is titled, White House Tesla Mall. It's all coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Alec Baldwin being silenced, as well as all the other lefties out there losing their marbles. 10-man, Alec Baldwin has anger management issues. Yeah. He has a lot of issues. Hey, thanks for being here, Zero. Have fun out there. Russell, well, the lefties like to pretend. That's true. It's their favorite game. Jay Spray, you shouldn't talk like that to a killer. Snugs, Betty smacked her around when he got home. God only knows. They probably stab each other while they do it. Celebrities are so weird. Russell, Alec Baldwin's a piece of shit. Yeah, I think so too. I was kind of surprised to hear Rob Schmidt talk, like, kind of celebrate Alec Baldwin. He's such a great actor. It's like, I don't even know what a great actor is at this point. I just feel like everybody in Hollywood's a bunch of pedophiles, so I don't know. I don't think celebrities are that great. Friedrich Texan, are all the Baldwins fucked up? I don't know. That's the only one I know. I know there's other ones out there from watching the South Park movie, the bigger, longer, uncut movie that came out like 20 years ago. That was the only indicator I have in my whole history of being alive telling me that there's more than one Baldwin. But that's it, though. Other than the South Park reference, I've never seen another Baldwin. J-Dog, Alec Baldwin's brother's Ultra MAGA. I forget his name. Oh, Stephen Baldwin? That's interesting. I'll have to look that up. I've never seen another Baldwin. Weird. He kind of looks like a scumbag, but I guess all the Baldwins probably look like that. I have never seen this guy before in my life, though. Weird. Super weird. Ghostly, blame Canada. Yeah. Yeah. I love that movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Well, Snooks, I suppose that's true. Guess who? Steven is Justin Bieber's father-in-law? That's interesting. What's up, Itchy? Happy Freedom to you. Stephen Baldwin voted for Trump. Hell yeah. Austin, you're talking like Mossad wasn't just directly implicated in JFK's killing over the nuclear program. What might the downstream implications of the history be? Well, Austin, we already covered that the other day. Sorry, I won't go study your word Zionist. The thing is in the Bible, since you guys are so damn concerned about the Bible, in the Bible it states that your goofy little labels don't actually matter. It's the intentions of your heart that matter. So even if I don't learn your goofy Zionist word and I don't go study the bullshit, it doesn't change whether I'm going to heaven or hell, because my intentions and what my heart says has nothing to do with goofy labels by specific languages. It really doesn't. So, I don't know what you're trying to convince me of at all. Being a chaplain was really hard. To go around people who lost loved ones, survived house fires, or were in hostage situations, and you got to try and keep their faith alive, is a lot different than sitting on your ass and reading definitions of words that you read out of the Bible, or you might not even read it out the Bible. Your Uncle Tommy might have told you about the word Zionist, or you might have been accused of being a Zionist. You went and looked it up. Has nothing to do with any of that bullshit. It's what your heart says. That's what God does. God talks to your heart. Your intentions are in your heart. That's what matters, not your vocabulary. So let go of your little words. It doesn't matter that much. Jay Spray, he was Barney in the second Flintstones movie. I didn't know there was a second Flintstones movie. Let me see. I've seen the first one. Was he in the first one? 1994 when I was 6 years old. Ooh. That's the first one. When does the second one come out? The Flintstones Viva Rock Vegas. I've never seen this. Interesting. What? I can't play the damn video. There we go. So over on the right side here, the guy in the red vest, that's Stephen Baldwin. Weird. So he just always has that look like he's high. He just always looks like that. Okay. Weird. Weird. He ain't shot nobody like Alec. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom to you. Uphill to Heaven, the second Flintstones was good. I might have to watch it. I haven't seen the first one in a very long time. Jack, anything to get out of work? Absolutely. What's up, Miss Satan? Happy freedom to you. J-Dog, Biodome is a classic. I haven't seen Biodome in a very long time. He's not in that, is he? With Pauly Shore? That's Brandon Fraser. It's Brandon Fraser and Pauly Shore in Biodome. I mean, Stephen Baldwin might be in it. Ghostly, yeah, the Uncle Fucker song. You're going to make me watch the South Park movie. I love that movie. What's up, WC? Happy freedom to you. I'm glad you dig it, WC. I don't think I've seen that, Stoner. What's up, Turbo? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Cheeky Chops? See, I was saying we just had to summon Cheeky Chops. It'd be all right. What's up, Chris? Happy freedom. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of Encino Man, not Biodome. Brandon Fraser's in Encino Man. He was the caveman guy. Yeah, I was confusing that. No, Hair Juicer, I'm not going to summon Corinne. Holy. Hopefully she's doing okay. I ain't seen her in a long time. All right, hooligans, we're going to get into the fun stuff here. Like I said, we're going to be opening today's door from the Advent calendar that was sent to us by Wad. And then we got 2 funny videos of the day coming up. But first, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use that Linktree link in the description in order to send donations. You could do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Like I said, we're going to open today's door from the Advent calendar that was sent to us by Wad. Let me make some room here really quick. Today, I think, is day 8. So we got to figure out where the 8 is on the Advent calendar. Oh, let me see. What do we get today? Yeah. Cool. We got Drinks by the Drum. Hinch? I can't tell what that is. Hinch Small Batch Bourbon Cask Irish Whiskey. That's a mouthful. That's what she said. Heck yeah. Now this has got that lighter color to it. I bet it's strong. Thank you so much, Wad. I appreciate you. Got a nice little collection over here. Oh, pretty excited about that. All right, hooligans. We are going to get into our funny videos. Let's get this pulled up really quick like. Let's get this one pulled up too. There we go. All right. So this first one is titled, Well, Shit.
For over a decade, but recently they found that controversy has come home to roost in their very own backyard. An infestation of Canadian brown finches, which is a small bird. I guess I should have seen that one coming, huh? For over a
Well, shit. We're going to get into our official funny video of the day. Let's get this pulled up. This is titled White House Tesla Mall.
Tesla. Going on now at the White House Tesla Auto Mall. It's the biggest sale of the year.
Very safe, it's very strong, heavy. It's all steel, stainless steel.
Come on down to Pennsylvania Avenue, just off Route 29, to get our best deal ever on a brand new Tesla.
I want to make a good deal here. They have one, which is $35,000, which is pretty low.
Get a Model 1 with a different panel and everything's computer.
This is a different panel than I've had. Everything's computer.
So don't waste your time going to those other Tesla dealerships with riots and flaming cyber trucks. You gotta come down to White House Tesla Auto Mall.
I love Tesla.
You gotta come down to White House Tesla Auto Mall.
This is really amazing.
Tesla. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. We're going to drop this Linktree link in all of the chats really quick. We're going to read through, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. The White House Tesla Mall. I mean, if you're going to buy a Tesla, might as well go to the Orange Eagle and get you a good deal. The art of the deal. All right, hooligans, there is the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you would like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there, keeping the conversation going 24/7. And we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You'll also have access to Hooligans Alley. You'll have access to the forums. You'll have access to the arcade. You will also have access to our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats that gives you the ability to text each other, call each other, video call each other, group texting, group calling, group video calling, and more. jeffmaclive.com is the place to be and the home of the Hooligans, so definitely go get yourself a membership. Plus, tomorrow is Friday, Freedom Friday, so we'll be doing our voice chat after Coffee with Hooligans. If you go join the membership program over on the website, you'll be able to join us for the voice chat, which is a ton of fun. We'll be laughing and researching and learning and doing all kinds of stuff. Learning things you don't even want to learn about. So definitely go get yourself a membership for the website. Like I said, we're going to read through, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. You hell, this duck's addicted to quack. It happens. Thank you for being here, Breeze by You. Russell, Tesla is a good name. It reminds me of Kessler, like Kessler whiskey. Russell, don't eat bird shit. That's right. Eat the bird, not the shit. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets. I miss those times. You think they're still doing that in Ohio? Ghostly. Tesla is shit when it comes to right to repair. Yeah. All those electric vehicles are like that. If you damage them, that most of them just get totaled out. Thank you, Pumpkin. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you, MU. WC, did Trump really say Tesla? It sounded like that, yeah. Miss Jamie, I support Elon, but I'm keeping my gas vehicle. Yeah, I don't want an electric car either. J-Dog, does the girls come with the car? For a temporary time. One-time fee. Hey, thank you, Rappy. I appreciate you being with us. J-Dog, I find most people who own Teslas cannot drive them properly. I've drove past Teslas, but I've never been on the road with a Tesla to be able to see how people drive. But I know they drive gas cars like shit too, so I wouldn't be surprised. Thank you, Viola. Agent O, screw electric. Yeah, I'm not interested in it. I'm just not. Thank you, Miss Jamie. Stoner, they're giving away some cyber trucks at the casino. I think if I won the drawing, I would take the cash option. Yeah, Stoner, that's what I would do. Then go buy a Subaru. That's what I would do. If I had money, the side of my Subaru, it would be like people bitch about my Subaru on the side of my Subaru. I would just go ahead and do it up. Anyways, it is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Hooligans, we did the thing. We're going to read through the chat one last time just to make sure no Hooligans are left behind, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. We will be keeping an eye out in case we have a press briefer from Caroline Leavitt. And I will also be keeping an eye on President Trump's public schedule in case we have the opportunity to capture him live like we did today. Covered him live at the beginning of Coffee with Hooligans as he was signing the executive order for the Department of Education being shut down. So I'll be keeping an eye on the schedule just in case we got more lives like that tomorrow. So definitely make your way back to us tomorrow. Either way, like I said, we're going to read through the chat really quick and we're wrapping her up. Thank you, Cassie J. Here, Juicer, we're going to have to ask you to leave. Yeah, here, Juicer, I know. Overstayed my welcome. Pissed everybody off with the stupid Zionist talk. That's how it goes. Don't ask me questions you don't want the answers to, because I'm fucking honest and people don't like it. Oh well. There's nothing I can do about it. I appreciate you, Jay Spray. Thank you for being here with us. I hope you have a great evening as well, Miss Jamie. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Pumpkin. Much love to you. What's up, Turtle Tracks? Happy freedom to you. Thank you, Sage Pop. And happy freedom to you. Thank you, Viola. I hope you have a great day as well. What's up, Wiggly Tough? Happy freedom. What's up, Liberal Tears? Happy freedom to you. I can't miss you if you don't leave. That's nice. I didn't know you guys missed me. Absolutely, WC. Thank you for being here. All right, hooligans. I think we are good to go. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for Coffee with Hooligans. We'll keep an eye out for press briefings, and we will also keep an eye on President Trump in case he is going live tomorrow. Like I said, if you get yourself a membership, if you join the membership over on the website, you will be able to join us for the voice chat tomorrow, which is always a lot of fun. So definitely go check it out over on jeffmaclive.com. And go out there and enjoy the rest of your day. It's almost 7 o'clock here in Michigan, over on the east side of the country. So you still got plenty of daylight left, I suppose. It's nice and sunny here, which I was kind of surprised about that. It's supposed to be cold outside. But go enjoy the rest of your night. Find yourself some good food. That's what I'm going to try and do. And be safe while you're out and about. There's people out there, and they're crazy, and they got problems. So stay away from people. Have yourself a good time. Make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.